Welcome back to the Queen Reset. Before there was a wellness industry, before there were supplements, subscriptions, and 5-step morning routines, there were grandmothers. They did not call themselves healers. They did not have a brand. They did not post about it. They simply lived a certain way, and that way of living kept generations of us alive, nourished, and whole. Today, we are going to talk about them. Somewhere along the way, many of us stopped trusting what our grandmothers knew. We were taught that healing had to come from somewhere else: a doctor's office, a pharmacy, a foreign country, a magazine. We started to believe that if it was not scientific sounding, if it did not come in a bottle with a label, it could not really work. So we let go of the moringa growing in the yard. We let go of the bissap steeping on the stove. We let go of the fonio and the millet, the foods that once kept our bodies strong, and we replaced them with things that were easier, faster, and further from where we came from. We did not always do this by choice. Life got busy. Cities got far from the land. Convenience became survival. But somewhere in that shift, we lost something. Not just recipes, a relationship, a way of listening to the body that our grandmothers never had to explain because they lived it every single day. Think about your own grandmother or a woman like her. She did not separate food from medicine. When someone in the house was tired, she did not reach for a supplement aisle. She reached for what was already growing nearby, what had already fed generations before her. She did not call it self-care, she called it Sunday. She called it the way things were done. When someone was sick, the whole household adjusted. Food change, space change. Someone sat with you. Healing was never a private, isolated thing you handled alone in a bathroom with the door closed. It was communal. It was witnessed. We had gained a lot of things our grandmothers did not have, but somewhere in that gain, we also lost the village that made healing feel less lonely. Our grandmothers understood something that modern wellness culture is only now circling back to. They understood that food is not just fuel, it is information for the body. Moringa was not a trend, it was simply known, leaf by leaf, as something that restored what the body had spent. They understood seasonal eating not as a diet rule, but because that was what the land offered at the time. The body was never asked to process the same thing year-round. They understood that eating together mattered, that a meal shared slowly in conversation digested differently than a meal eaten alone, standing rushed. They understood rest as part of recovery, not laziness. A woman who had just given birth was cared for, fed specific foods, given time. Nobody questioned whether she deserved it. None of this was written in a textbook. It was carried in the hands, passed down by doing, not by reading. I want to offer you a different way to think about this. Returning to ancestral wellness is not about rejecting modern life or pretending we should live exactly as our grandmothers did. No. It is not about guilt for the foods you eat now or shame for the convenience you relied on. It is about remembering that you came from a woman who already knew how to care for a body without needing permission from an industry to do it. You do not have to buy your way back to your roots. Sometimes returning is as simple as cooking one dish the way it was once cooked. Steeping the bissap, adding the moringa, slowing the meal down enough to actually taste it. This is not about being perfect. It's about being connected. So here is something small you can carry with you this week. Choose one meal, just one, and prepare it the way your grandmother or a woman like her might have prepared it. Slower, with attention, with whatever traditional ingredient you can find, even if it's just one. While you eat, do not scroll, do not rush. Let it be the whole moment, not the background to something else. Notice how your body feels afterward. Not just full, but nourished. There is a difference. If this episode stirs something in you, I want you to know you are not imagining that feeling. There's a version of you that remembers this, even if you never lived it directly. It lives in the way your hands move when you cook something familiar, in the comfort of a smell from a kitchen that is not even yours, in the ache you feel watching an elder prepare food the old way, wishing you had asked more questions while you still could. That memory did not disappear. It is simply waiting for you to return to it. You are not behind. You are not too far gone to reclaim this. Every woman listening right now, cooking one dish a little slower this week, is quietly rebuilding a bridge back to a kitchen she may not even remember, but that remembers her. That is what this season is for you. Not perfection, just a return. Next week, we are going somewhere a little more tender. We are asking a question many of us have never said out loud. Why do we praise women for giving until there is nothing left of them? Why quiet endurance so often gets mistaken for strength? I hope you will sit with me for that one too. Until then, thank you for listening. Thank you for remembering alongside me. This is the Queen Reset. I am Aja Jack. Welcome back, my queen.
Built up a life, but it didn't feel mine. So God broke it down just to realign. I gave my love, I gave my trust, carried the weight, turned pain to dust. They didn't see what I held inside. A quiet storm that was born to rise. Had to lose it all just to see my light. Had to walk alone through the darkest nights. Now I hear my soul, now I know my name. I'm not who I was.